Good morning, America. Good morning, world, and good morning, YouTube. My name is Joseph Seaton, and I'm here to bring you the second installment of what I have now called GI Cup of Joe. I've had several nicknames in my career, and if you were one of my soldiers, you probably remember them. One was Headhunter, Hellraiser, Captain America, Cobra Commander was the latest one. But those are all taken, as well. GI Joe was taken too, and Ranger Joe as well. So decided to go with something kind of original and maybe combine something kind of taken. So GI Cup of Joe is what we're going to go with right now for the time being. The first video received an overwhelming amount of response, actually. Over about 300 some views in the first day, and actually received about 20 messages from people. Some that I didn't even know that just started opening up to me. So that tells me that I'm doing something right here, and we're just going to keep doing it because this is about providing a resource and providing a source of output for emotions, thoughts, whatever it's going to be. I'm happy to be here for you. So today's topic is going to touch up on two things that I heard about in some messages, and that is emotional and physical abuse that occurs in relationships. So I think a large part of what happens in this context is not understanding the root of anger. And this can happen for both men and women. Women are just as guilty of being emotional and physical abusers to men, and men are just as guilty of being abusers to women. It can happen for both genders, and if you're a man and you're being abused, it's okay to step forward, okay? This machismo stuff, it's got no place in society, if you ask me. So if you need help, come forward and disclose and seek help. But the bottom line is, and I'm going to try to make this quick, keep the video within 2 to 5 minutes, but the bottom line is we need to be more mindful of our, not just our anger, but our emotions. So what I mean by being mindful, it's kind of like if you ever watch Star Wars and the way the Jedis talk about it, you have to be very mindful of your thoughts, your feelings. So to tie it back into what I talked about last time, what am I thinking, what am I feeling, and what am I doing? These are three things that if you have control of, and active control of, you're always going to be in the driver's seat. You're not going to react to things because you're going to know what's coming up. So with anger, for instance, maybe if it's, are you thinking about something that's making you angry? Is it a feeling that comes up first? There's always a precipitating event or feeling or thought that comes up that triggers the anger. So the real key is to be in the driver's seat. The more you try to actively control something like anger, the more I feel it takes hold of you, and really the less control you have over it. Because the root of mindfulness is essentially noticing what's going on. And as soon as you notice something, you can kind of get a grasp of it already. You're kind of, maybe you're walking through the mall, or you're maybe like me doing a workout this morning, and you kind of got a little angry at yourself, and it's you just kind of notice, okay, I'm angry, or I feel tense inside, or I feel a rage building up. Just simply noticing these things puts you in far more control than just trying to control it. If that doesn't make sense, please contact me and I'll try to clarify it more for you, but that's the best way I can describe it, is being mindful. Always try to be mindful of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're doing. And with those three things, I guarantee you'll have a lot more self-awareness and self-control than you'd ever imagined. And I don't know, hopefully that more people can grasp this, because things like domestic abuse, domestic violence, emotional abuse that occurs in relationships, there's no place for that in our society. If you're a man and you're doing that, you're fucking wrong in my opinion. If you're a woman and you're doing that, you're fucking wrong in my opinion. Pardon my language, but I find this very near and dear to my heart. And I'm always going to disclose a little bit, because I think part of me sharing helps bring this out in other people, and maybe acts as sort of a role model. But I myself dealt with anger issues my whole life, particularly in relationships, and there was never a place for it. There's never a place for anger, or treating somebody that you love in that context. So if I can leave you with one thing, Be more mindful. Go about your day now, and no matter what you're doing, just try to notice if something comes up that doesn't quite feel right, or maybe you feel a little off, or hell, maybe you're happy. If you feel happy, notice it and live with it. Say, hey, I feel happy right now. Great. So just try to go about your day and look at it in a different context. If you're mindful, you're in the driver's seat. So that's what I'd like to leave you with today. Thanks for tuning in again. If you like the message, if it resonates with you, please share it. Trying to get as many people involved as possible. Just trying to create a community where there's room for dialogue and discussion. So thank you for joining me, and tune in next week on Monday for the next installment of GI Cup of Joe. Find me on Twitter. Find me on Facebook. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.